We have been on a low-carb and keto diet for years, and that has resulted in some favorite foods that we get into our daily diet, if not weekly diet. And we are going to share what foods keep us on track and keep us feeling satisfied in this video. All right, and we're gonna go from breakfast to dinner, right? Keith, breakfast.
Usually nothing.
Right.
A lot of nothing.
Right, so intermittent fasting.
Yeah, coffee. And I used to put cream in my coffee right first thing in the morning. Now I've stopped doing that. I've started waiting to put anything in my coffee until 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that's kind of a recent thing for you.
Yeah.
Just kind of doing another experiment on yourself. But you will also, in the afternoon, use MCT oil?
Yep. I'll do a keto coffee where I put cream and MCT oil in my coffee and blend it up.
So that's a little bit later in the day, though. That's when your eating window opens up?
Yep. That's a little bit later.
I will also often do nothing. But if I do have breakfast, my breakfast right now, and I switch it up throughout the year, but I like to have a full-fat yogurt, but it needs a little bit something. So you get the plain, so you don't have the added sugars or artificial sweeteners. But then I'll put blueberries with it. If I want something more with fat in it, I will put maybe some raw sunflower seeds or something like that in there, and maybe a little vanilla, and maybe a pinch of stevia just to liven it up a little bit.
Sour flavor away.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we get through our mornings. If we are going to eat, I eat this. If you're going to have something, you have a little bit of cream.
Now, occasionally, like on a weekend, I might decide to do eggs.
Yeah.
Like I'll make myself some eggs in the morning, and I won't eat until dinner.
Right.
But mostly, I'm not really eating anything until late morning, or the lunch hour.
Yeah. So speaking of lunch, what is your typical lunch?
A lot of times, nothing. Just kind of depends on the day. If I'm doing an OMAD day, or if I just get busy. Sometimes I just get busy. But I do have, hard-boiled eggs at the office and bacon. So I'll typically have a couple hard-boiled eggs, piece of bacon, and that will hold me, through the rest of the day.
Yeah, so you brought up bacon. So let's talk about bacon for a moment, because a lot of people wonder about, is it safe to eat bacon?
I like bacon.
Keto. You do. Well, it is a favorite for sure. So, but the issue that a lot of people will have with bacon is that it is cured, and it is cured with either sugar or nitrites. Nitrites or nitrates can cause some people that are very sensitive to them, like maybe a migraine sufferer, to suffer more migraines. They also have been linked in some studies to cancer. So that link, however, is because when the nitrates or nitrites get inside of us, our body can convert them to nitrosamine, which is a known carcinogen. The flip side of that is that that conversion can be slowed down or stopped by antioxidants, like things that we get from plant foods, vegetables, nuts, seeds, those types of things.
No, your blueberries in your yogurt.
Yeah. And my salad and things like that sort. So in my opinion, I don't know if this is your opinion, but in my opinion, if you are including bacon into your diet, you should be including vegetables with and antioxidants and those types of things.
Yep. And although I love bacon, I love my wife more than bacon. So.
What's the last word there? Oh. Okay. And I will say, so for me, for lunch, my lunch almost always, probably 95% of my days, is a large salad. But it is a wonderful, wonderful meal that I look forward to, which a lot of people probably think, oh, a salad a day, when you know how to make a good salad. In fact, we did a video just the other day on something about salad, and we do have my typical salad recipe on my website, drbeckyfitness.com.
This is not the little side salad you get when you go out to eat.
No, it's a big hunkin' salad. Half of an avocado, walnuts. I like Primal Kitchen salad dressing, other types of raw seeds like pumpkin seeds or raw sunflower seeds or something of that sort.
And you use Primal Kitchen because it is not made with soybean oil, it's made with avocado oil. Mm-hmm. So, and they have a lot of different varieties of that.
Yeah, I think they kind of nailed it. I think they did really great with their brands of salad dressing. All right, so are we ready to go into our afternoon?
Let's go.
All right, so afternoon snack.
A lot of times, nothing. It'd be really easy to write my daily plan. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just pretty much a blank sheet, until you get to the point. So if I don't have, if I'm not having nothing, I might have some cheese or some nuts and things like that.
Yeah, well, and I'll do the same thing. So I do try to eat enough at my meals to keep me satisfied and going. So a lot of times I will not include a snack and just have the two meals. But if I do, it's usually for me, it's raw almonds, possibly some cheese. I'm not as big of a cheese person as maybe you are. But I do like with nuts, I like to get the raw nuts, which is the same thing that you were just talking about with salad dressings. I want to avoid the nuts that are roasted in the unhealthy oils that break down when they're exposed to heat, like your vegetable oils, specifically soybean oil, which is found in so many of our foods.
Right, and occasionally I have got a can of nuts at the office just to have something there. I can't do that because they are. I mean, for me, it's just like reaching into a bowl of M&Ms. I mean, they're just too tempting. They're too easy to eat. You lose track of it, and before you know it, you've eaten half of the can in a day, and that's like.
Are you talking about like roasted nuts?
Yeah. Because I get I get the deluxe version of the mixed nuts.
Yeah. Well, that is the thing. It's probably, in my opinion, another advantage of the raw nuts because they're satisfying because of the healthy fats and everything, but they're not as tempting.
Yeah, and they don't stimulate it's like you just don't be popping them in there like one after another.
Yeah. All right, and then so that carries us through our afternoon into our evening. Our dinners are typically a meat and a vegetable. Now, the vegetables will often add a fat too. We might cook them in butter, but Keith really likes Alfredo sauce. Actually, I do too. Just poured right over top of the vegetables. Rayo's brand is a good brand for low carb or keto dieters. I think it's like a quarter cup has 2 grams of carbs in it. So you're not getting a lot of carbs, even though it is a commercial package. But you can certainly make your own Alfredo sauce. But when we're in a hurry, it does for the night. I
mean, it's basically cream, Parmesan cheese, and a garlic or something like that. You could make your own, but.
And then and with the meat, or we'll make a quiche. We have chili, beef stew. Just any. Typically a meat-based entree with a side of vegetables. You like kimchi?
I do, yeah. And this is spicy kimchi. So this is traditionally, I believe, a Korean dish, but it's just fermented cabbage. I like the spicy kind. It kind of just gives me a little bit of different flavor on my plate.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, very good for your gut health.
Yeah, so the fermented part of that, it is very good for gut health.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah, and then dessert for dinner.
Nothing.
Yeah, we don't do desserts.
No.
A danger zone for sure.
Yeah, even the keto desserts and low carb desserts, they're still. Yeah. I find them very, very hunger stimulating or appetite stimulating. They just make me more hungry and want more.
Yeah. We've tried. We've tried different.
Oh, they're delicious.
Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always a trap for us, and we have to kind of temper ourselves or get the stuff out of the house. So we just don't do it, and that's kind of a paradigm shift that you do have to go through. It's a bit of a trade-off, but if you want to live in the body that feels right to you, that is a trade-off worth making.
Yep, price you pay.
Yep. I will say that sometimes I'll just have a piece of gum, which sounds really silly for dessert, but it does help me to kind of separate from
eating.
From eating, and that minty flavor just gives your stomach time to tell your brain that you're full. So that is just you guys often ask us about how we eat during the day. This is how we eat during the day. I hope that helps. Let us know in the comments if you have your own favorites, and we will see you in next week's video. Thanks so much. Subscribe, please. See ya.